A few things are as universal and conducive to unadulterated happiness as music. 3 years since its inception, and the Bacardi NH7 Weekender stands testimony to just this fact. Fast gaining traction as the place to be for young music enthusiasts, India's Music Carnival is everything a youth brand could ever want to be. Cool, different and undeniably fun. A perfect platform for brands struggling to find a connect with a demographic that gives most marketers many a sleepless night. Yet NH7 only saw a handful of brands sponsoring the festival in its third edition in 2012. Have Indian marketers failed to recognize the potential of new, exciting spaces, or are they just on the wrong side of cool? Nikita Saxena with that inside story.
Think of the weekend getaway you've been craving for. Think of lush, never-ending grounds that you can sprawl across or dance on. Think of music that blares from every corner of these grounds. Think shiny, happy people. And if you're still thinking, chances are you haven't been to the Bacardi NH7 Weekender. India's answer to the Glastonbury Festival has come a long way from its footfall of 11,000 in its first edition in 2010 to 35,000 in 2012. The ideal demographic, with the youth constituting a majority of the festival attendees, a high-spending captive audience for over 2 days, and a positioning of being cool and irreverent that most established brands would kill for. The Weekender is music to any youth marketer's ears. But with barely 10 brands advertising at NH7 in 2012, a far cry from over 50 that initially approached the organizers this year, have brand managers in India got what it takes to keep up with one of the most challenging demographics to market to?
A place like NH7 is the biggest opportunity for experiential marketing. You have kids coming in, spending money, spending 8 to 10 hours. So it's the best time to try and do something that is genuinely cool, as opposed to very wannabe that you would do at a mall activation over a weekend. But almost 90% of them, they just don't know what to do at the festival. The kind of ideas that a lot of brands have come up with is so unbelievably boring and uncool that we've turned away a lot of brands purely because of how uncool the activation ideas and what they're trying to do with it was.
If you're going to shove flyers or force people to fill in random databases and all that over there, it's just not going to work. And if a brand gets it, they get it. If they don't get it, well, we'll agree to disagree.
With a minimum sponsor requirement of rupees 10 lakhs, NH7 is an expensive platform to market at. The bigger problem comes with marketers who have the moolah but not enough imagination to leverage the opportunity for experiential marketing the festival provides. Most brands are stuck in the same rut of metrics like GRPs and logo space, while some even floated mundane ideas like distributing flyers at the venue. A disconnect that has resulted in the festival turning away several sponsors, including Nokia and Samsung.
Go with the plain Jane idea of saying that, I will give you money, you put a title saying that sponsored by, and then you give me a standee there, give me a backdrop, give me so many appearances, then it's not going to work. Nor is it going to work with NH7, because you're not bringing anything on the table, nor is it going to work with the audience. And for that, you will be able to find your Nokias, your Samsungs, your LGs, your Airtels, your Vodafones, these big guys. For them, it's pocket change to sponsor something like this. They are like nobody for a Nokia and a Samsung, and there is always a fear that if you go with someone so big, they will eventually eat you up and make you do things that you never wanted to do, but just because you are getting some money out of them, you have to comply.
While Percept Sunburn is considered to be a more established music property, it has become a mass brand compared to the niche positioning NH7 has built for itself. As a festival that has not lost a single sponsor since its inception, NH7 found takers amongst more daring youth marketers.
The opportunity to advertise and associate with a consumer is not as great as NH7. NH7 allows you to advertise, even on stages, allowing performances. They give you a place for engagement. which at times I think whatever we have interacted with Sunburn is not possible.
2012 saw such brands get on board with innovations like the Royal Enfield's Biker Cafe, Jack & Jones Mock Shop, Setwet's freestyling bar at the festival, Tata Nano's Art in Motion that had a graffiti artist painting on a nano during the festival, and MTS that live-streamed the festival this year. But for organizers who struggle with brand managers unwilling to veer away from the standardized norms of advertising, these were few and far between.
They want marketers to adhere to their vision. We had an experienced brand because gels as a category still is very underpenetrated in India. The kind of consumers who come in for music festivals like NH7 would be more likely to want to try, if not using it already. So it would both create an opportunity for increasing penetration of the category and in some cases brand switch.
We're good at experiential marketing, and so for us this idea of creating a very garage-like, chilled out, laid back cafe right in the middle of this music festival just came to us naturally. We're not, going to these shows with some sense that it's going to have an immediate bounce in sales in the next month or so. It's really a long-term establishment of the brand.
A key aspect of the sponsorship model at NH7 is the branding of its different stages. Something that Bacardi has leveraged for its sub-brands with the Dourus stage, the Eristorff Wolves Den and the Bacardi Black Rock Arena. Proof of the pudding comes with a 92% recall for Bacardi post the NH7 Weekender in 2011, even higher than the over 50% brand recall for Bacardi at their flagship property, the Bacardi Blast.
This is not something which you could evaluate basis GRPs and CPRP and the reach and the frequency. It is more about creating lasting bonds with the consumer. Obviously, we have the key performance indices which lead to a lot more digital traffic, a lot more mentions of the brand, a lot more tweets which happen, a lot more consumer engagement, and which finally result in positive brand scores.
A breed of brands also opted out of sponsoring the Weekender in favor of their own independent music properties. So while Puma collaborated with NH7 to promote Puma Loves Vinyl, Heineken is host to electronic artists through the Heineken Green Room, and Kingfisher conducts the Kingfisher Beer Up in association with OML, the parent company behind NH7.
When you have your event of your own, along with NH7 or OML, they make the same kind of an effort that they would have done for their own event. The only thing is that it's actually very Puma. You can have your own fixtures, you can have a mock-up store. It's very, very Puma. The artists that may go on stage or the people there are wearing Puma. So Puma is in the limelight and it's not known as the NH7 Weekender, but it's Puma Loves Vinyl.
With news of NH7 expanding its base to more cities after Delhi, Bangalore and Pune this year, more brands are waking up to the festival, and Woodlands, Levi's, Cadbury and Sennheiser are in talks to partner with its edition in 2013. However, youth marketers with the right intention but antiquated norms for advertising are telling of a more worrying industry trend. Brands that are now struggling to maintain a connect with their target group will have to innovate and veer away from age-old norms to adapt to this festival before they miss the boat completely.